What's going on, guys? Well, I got another pair of pants here that I want to do a review on. These are the Vertx branded pants. These are the Phantoms, the VTX 1000s. Now these are the same price as the 511 tactical pants, which I did a separate review on. $49.99 from opticsplanet.com. I don't think I mentioned in the other video, but if you put in the coupon code cutlerylover, you get 10% off. So it's good. Definitely help on some savings. These pants are, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag right off the bat. I love these pants so much. The 511s are awesome. I like these more. Much, much more. And for just a couple reasons. First off, you can see this is the black pair. I did get khaki and black in both brands. Just to compare them directly. They come in all kinds of colors and stuff. What's really cool about these, especially for the bigger guys, is that the sizes range from a 28 waist all the way up to a 54 waist. So I know there's a lot of guys who want nice pants and you're bigger dudes, and so no need to fret. It goes up to a 54. I believe that you get an unfinished leg with certain much larger sizes, so reference the site for that information. In other words, so you can hem them yourself, because some people have a 50 waist, but they don't have like a 32 or 34 inch leg. Especially when you're bigger, people tend to think that if your waist is this big, hey, you should be at least 6.5 feet tall. Not always the case. We're all built very differently. So for some of the larger sizes, you might need to hem the leg to the correct length. It's going to work for you. But anyway, what I like about these pants right off the bat is they have a much more standard cargo look to them. And what I mean by that is, let me open these up here and kind of show you the side view. All right, so here's your, obviously you can see there's your waist, you have your side pocket like normal, and then you have your cargo pocket. There's no extra pockets on here on the front. The 511 had that 7th pocket, which is very cool for like a flashlight or multi-tool or something like that. But these have just a more of a standard look to them. The things that I liked right out of the gate better than the 511s, the fact that this has a standard button, okay, like in most pants, as opposed to a button snap. I just happen to prefer this a little bit more, simply because of the fact that it's just more secure, in my opinion. You still have YKK zipper on here. The material on this is also a little bit different. On the 511s, it was 100% cotton, like a cotton canvas material. On these, it's 98% cotton, 2% lycra, which is, that spandex-y material, and it's supposed to give a more durable finish overall, so that they will kind of stretch a little bit more, those fibers, without tearing. Didn't really notice any difference in the feeling. They feel identical. I have the other pair off to the side here. I didn't want to make this a direct comparison video, but they feel the same to me, and they're both just as durable. I had no kind of wear issues at all with either pair. So as far as materials, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. They're both very, very durable pants. But anyway, with these, instead of having Velcro on the cargo pockets, these are just sewn in on the sides. Okay, so you basically just have the flap, so you have to lift the flap up, then you can access the pocket. What you can't see on the inside here is that there's a pocket within this pocket. Okay, so here is the leg pouch or pocket, and the inside there's a separate pocket right here. You could put change in there. It says it's dedicated to like a BlackBerry or cell phone, but not today's big smartphones. I would say it's better suited for change or something, or maybe a small multi-tool or something like that. It's just to keep it separate from the other contents in this pocket, if you happen to be using it that way. So looking at the back of these pants, all right, we can see that it has a more traditional back pocket. This is on the right butt cheek. Okay, you can see it's just a rectangle, as opposed to the 511s that have a more extreme design with that angle and all the reinforcements and stuff like that. This back pocket also has a little flap on the inside. Okay, so when you put your wallet in your back pocket, you can kind of put that flap over it. Just extra security that it's not going to fall out, since they are exposed pockets and there's no top flaps on them. Okay, and these are permanently open. There's no Velcro or any kind of button snaps or anything like that. And that is mimicked the same on the other side. As far as the belt loops, just standard belt loops will still accommodate a 2-inch belt, but they're not extra thick like on the 511s. The 511s it's really wide, then a little bit wider, then it alternates. And you can see the positioning there, 2 right on the lower back. All right, so let's take a look at the front pockets, okay? This is the front right pocket. And these are very, very deep pockets, okay? They go all the way down to just above the knee, okay? So you have a heck of a lot of pocket there. What I like about this is you can see this comes down at an angle, but then there's a separate angle change, which almost makes a dedicated spot for your pocket knives or, you know, flashlights. Wherever you're gonna clip into your pocket, you can see that angle change here, so it keeps it nice and straight, which is pretty cool. So you don't have basically the straight pocket like you would on, say, a pair of jeans, but you don't have just the diagonal pocket you would have on a pair of cargo pants. It's almost like a combination of both. All right, so I do like that. It keeps the knife nice and secure. What I like about this pair of pants even more than the 511s is that there's a hidden security pocket. You could see before that little zipper popped up. Okay, so we unzip that, and there is a separate pocket that's behind your main front right pocket. Okay, what this is especially good for are smaller items that you're going to keep in your pocket that you don't want to constantly rub. For example, since wearing these pants, I've put everything from my trolley changer in here to a separate like Bic lighter. I put my Zippo in here. It just keeps it basically in your front right pocket, but out of the way. Okay, so if you're fishing into your pocket for, let's say, you know, change, or like in my case, sometimes I'll put my receipts, whatever, in my pocket like this. I don't have to fumble through all the different gear. I can actually separate it in its own dedicated pocket. And of course, if you wanted to, you know, keep some spare cash in there, or let's say, you know, a spare gun magazine or something like that, so it's accessible to you, but not necessarily in the way. Maybe not a gun magazine because it would take too much to get to it. But, you know, maybe let's say you're multi-tool or something. It's just nice to have a pocket within the pocket, and then that is zippable, okay, which is just pretty cool. That's what set this pair of pants apart from the 511s to me a little bit more. I really like this feature specifically, so that's why I kind of like these pants more overall, because it's something I use all the time. And of course I do like the regular button as opposed to the button snap and so forth. I'm just not huge into Velcro. The 511s had lots of Velcro on it. This pair of pants, no Velcro, no buttons, nothing. It's just basically, you know, how it's stitched. Everything folds over itself to keep it secure in all the pockets. So it was just my preference to pick this pair over the other ones. Now, even though I wore them equally, I did prefer the Vertx over the 511s. All right, so quick look at the bottoms of these pants. Now, these just came out of the wash. They're still full of lint and stuff. I have to take the lint roller to it. It's hard. Black pants always show everything. But before I throw these in the wash, there was white crap all over these pants because these are a little bit long on me. And the bottom cuffs were dragging on the ground, and so it had a lot of road salt and stuff because it's wintertime here in the snow. And what was really nice is that after basically stepping on these pants for the last 2 months, there's no tearing, ripping, any kind of fraying. It's like it's brand new. The material is nice and strong, so it's extremely, extremely durable on these pant legs. And that's something I look out for on any pants before I got into like tactical pants like these. The difference between a good quality pair of pants and a crappy pair of pants is that the bottoms start really tearing up, especially, you know, when you walk on it, or if you're outdoors. Even if your pants are the proper length, you know, rubbing on rocks and stuff like that can really beat up your pants. So I like that these stayed nice and strong on the bottoms. So yeah, guys, I mean, overall, you know, tactical pants really are all that. I really, really enjoyed wearing these, and I'll probably try out different companies' offerings in the future. I know, you know, some people were showing me some really cool stuff in like the $30 range, and I mean, hey, the more affordable, the better. But these pants are just extremely, extremely rugged, both pairs, both companies. Not only are they very rugged, but they also give me more options in carrying my gear more comfortably and more efficiently. So for that, I do recommend them quite a bit. Basically either brand. But I happen to prefer the Vertx just because of its specific setup. And that's only preference. You guys, you know, you might like one over the other for whatever reason. But I think they're both really, really good high quality pants. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you very much for watching. And if you guys have a specific type of tactical pants that you want to let everyone know about, I know some people were telling me some really cool deals on like $20 and $30 pair of tactical pants. Please, by all means, post your comments down below so everyone can read them. So hopefully you guys have a great day. Take care.